Hey, this is DJ Wolf here. I got issues with, and I know it may sound like a book that's open and closing every time I talk about it. And I know I've heard other YouTubers and other people talk about it, but I'm believing it more and more. When it was a song that came out in I think the late 80s called "Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves," and you know what? I'm starting to take that a little to heart, because I've noticed more and more, it doesn't matter how wrong a sister is to a brother, that sister will defend that fellow sister to the hill all day long, even to a point that they'll actually try to put some mess in their mind about their man. I've seen it happen, and you know what? It don't totally surprise me anymore, because now this MeToo movement have really taken them over the top, to a point where I think women today, particularly black women, and I'm going to say that, but I know you got these so-called doofus naysayers that be saying, not all. Now, I don't give a damn about not all. As far as I'm concerned, they're in the same category. I've seen it too many times with too many women, including mothers and sisters, and even of my own. Okay? Trust me, they all like to co-sign on each other. This is DJ Wolf Live. I know y'all gonna say la-di-da and all that and ta-ta, but you know what? Honestly, the Me Too movement have made a resurgence of sisters wanting to throw brothers under the bus all over again. I noticed that Sunday when I went back to church. I didn't say a whole lot about it, but I noticed it. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Now, my wife and I are sitting in the pew. Right? So there's one woman who knows both of us. Well, she probably know my wife a little bit better than me, but I've talking to her. She know who I am. She came over to speak to two other women. She spoke to my wife, and she, went across the, she was at the pew, bent right over across the pew, not bent over, like bent across the pew to talk to my wife. Didn't he speak to me like I said, I said, how you doing? She didn't say a word. She spoke to the other women, including my wife and the two women that was sitting in the next pew over. Didn't say a word to me. Now, I ain't trying to holler at you nothing. I just I figure I'm the kind of person, I like to be polite to everybody, especially if they come around my way, especially in church. And it just totally blew me off. I said, okay, all right, okay, 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 So it also happened another time. I was talking to one of the older women who wanted to talk to me to see how I was doing, and her daughter came around to the driver's side. I was driving my wife's car, and she said, "Well, I wanted to talk to my blah blah blah, So she wanted to talk to my wife. She told her mother that she went on the other side, but you couldn't clearly see me in the window in the car on the driver's side. Never mind. But and then I had today, somebody had messaged me about asking about my wife, because they didn't see my wife on text. I said, no, she's not on text. Like, well, where is she? Is she okay? I was like, yeah, she's okay. What are you panicking for? It's just weird statements, man. It's just, they ride deep so much together, man. It's almost like they're trying to have a reason to, really keep you, throw you under the bus. Because that's exactly the way she was talking. And it ain't the first time she's done that either. This is another one I'm talking about. I mean, what is it with black women? And I've dealt with other mess. This was another incident that happened years ago when I first moved to my new house. And we moved to our new house, and my wife invited in-laws over for a home. Well, wasn't really much of a housewarming because they didn't bring shit over there, really. That's another story. But they came over, and of course, they invited people who I didn't even know was coming over there. See, that's where I had a big problem. And of course, I had to go in on the missus on that. You don't do that. You don't do that. I went ham on her ass about it. I had to, And of course, it was just to a point. It's like, really? Because one people they invited was a former ex of hers, and I didn't know anything about that at all. I mean, one she knew about it, but and I was just kind of like livid because to me that shows a complete sign of disrespect to me. This is why I don't fuck with him like that, and I don't mind saying that. That's the number one reason I don't fuck with in-laws too much, because in-laws keep a lot of shit going. They do. Especially today's women. They bad about that, man. It's nothing but they like to do to get the woman or their sister or whoever involved with a really good guy. They had kids with a really good guy, and next thing you know, she trying to convince them to get a divorce. Just because she feel, well, he ain't doing enough. He make good money, but he ain't getting you where you want to be. Oh, come hang with. And bad influences, man. I know one right now. I ain't gonna say where they at. I know one right now like that. She got several kids. No daddy. All daddies, kids from different daddies. About 3 different daddies from 6 different kids. Really? I ain't gonna say nothing else about that. All I know is, that's the kind of women that will try to influence a good woman any day of the week. And it's ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous. And then y'all sisters wonder why ballers don't date or marry black women. And truthfully, I'm going to tell you the truth. No offense. I know my mama black. I know my sister black. I know my wife is black. But I gives a fuck about all of that. That doesn't matter. What matters is if the guy is going to get married to any woman, that woman makes him happy. And not fucking miserable. Like a lot of y'all sisters do. So, and that's why I'm come to say I don't blame them if they're married outside the race. So what? Y'all do it all the time. It's a badge of honor for y'all. But if a brother do this shit, he ain't recognize his race, man. He's a sellout. He's a fraud. He's a coon. Yeah, y'all say that in a heartbeat. When it comes to the guys, women, no. Your baby's gonna be cute. They're gonna have good hair and everything. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I know black women always said that. They ain't just start saying that about kids wishing the kids have good hair. They said it during my day, and I have red hair. But I know my mother used to brag about my brother having good hair. Way back in the day. That's another whole story. But I'm not even going there. I'm not going to dwell on that. It's not his fault. He did have good hair. I ain't gonna lie. This baby, he had good hair for years. My mother, he had such gray hair. She kept his hair when he got his cut. Some of the first haircuts he had, she kept the locks in a bag for decades. I shit you not. I think she just recently threw it out about several years ago. After keeping it for all the time. So there you go. Now my baby hairs was kept that long. Not even close. But anyway, I digress on that for real. The thing is though, for real, black women will co-sign with other black women on damn near just about anything. Especially these MeToo movement women. They will. And sometimes I wonder, does it really pay to stay why do these people do this? I ain't got nowhere to go, bitch. Look where I'm going, right here. You wait all this damn time to get over. Don't get nobody no time. What is wrong with these people? They do it every night out here. They do it every night. The same stupid stuff. They wait just as good for me to get all the way over here, and then they want to cut me off. But anyway, these sisters, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about y'all. I don't care. This is my opinion, and I'm welcome to it. Why is it when guys like myself and others on YouTube and podcasts talk about y'all, or talk about what we see about y'all that's completely wrong in our culture, in our communities, and y'all have a problem with that? Y'all have a clear problem about that, and I'm like, why? It's the truth. Ain't nobody gonna backbite on that. Y'all don't backbite. When y'all want to say something and say it loud, everybody give y'all a pass. Trust me, I know. Shoot, you got women do this at work to guys all the time. Get loud. But then you got some old simp ass niggas more, well, you should do something about me. You should say. What I'm gonna say? Don't run a goddamn company, motherfucker. Damn, what the hell? Really? What the hell am I gonna say? Can't say nothing. I can't do, you can only say so much before they decide they might want to fire you. That's so stupid to me. Oh, you should have said this. You should put it in play. Number one, I couldn't put it in place. She ain't my woman. I can only say but so much. And then they say I'm sexually harassing her, which I ain't trying to go there at all. Period. But it didn't go down like that. But nevertheless, it's just the fact that they do what they want without any repercussions. I mean, I can tell you some stories myself. I know a couple other YouTubers, major YouTubers, who've told stories about women doing goofy shit and get away with it all the time. Not just black women either. I might add. Oh, it's after 6. Damn, I didn't know it was this late. Jeez. Wow. Well, after 6. I didn't even know that. Well, I can turn. Since you can't turn after 6 o'clock. But I'm going to turn. Right about now. I hope. But my thing is, though, for real, it gets on my nerves, man. It really does get on my freaking nerves. Because all day long, women, and I know, and everybody else know, in general, always get away with shit. Always. No matter how wrong they are, they generally do. Drop it in the milk, guys. Let me see if I can remember all 5 of them. I only wrote 5. Let's see. 5, 6. Let's see. But it's just the fact that they get away with so much stuff, man. And we take the brunt of it all the time. No matter what we do. No matter what we do. No matter what we say. We get it all the time. Yep. We get pushed over all the time on stuff. And I don't listen to me push over like used and abused. We get, they can say what they want without any repercussions. They can, talk about you. But as soon as you say something, oh, he did this to me. He did. If you watch the show, which I might watch tomorrow or tonight, Have and Have Nots. Great show. Great example, matter of fact. Crazy chick Veronica, right? She tried to burn her husband, David, out of the house. She tried to kill him. All right? Now, this is a TV show. I'm just, not really, but I'm just fictionally. It's a fictional show. Great show. One of the better shows on TV. And it's just typical of what Sisters and Tyler Perry do. Specifically of the stuff that he writes. And and it's not too surprising that women are kind of like that anymore, man. They're divas. They have a divas mentality, you know. But she tried to burn my house. She cheats on him with a younger guy. Okay? But he's working, his white woman, I guess his white woman working for him, or he working for her or somebody. I think they were working together, and they would end up in the hotel room. But when he found she cheated on him, he went back and cheated on her. Then he went and got this other chick after they got split up, and she got mad about that. Just total control. Tried to totally control him no matter what he did, even when they broke up. Mind you, they had no minor kids. Their son was gay and around 30 or something. I don't know. Anyway, but to make a long story short, I've seen that happen personally. Not with me. Somebody else I know went through that. They split up. He got his own place. He helped her get her own place. After they split up, after they divorced. And do you know, a couple times she's been over to his house, the first thing she said, now I witnessed this. I know you be having them bitches over. I'm like, what? I shouldn't be saying. I'm like, what the fuck is it to you? You know, I was ticked off. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You got somebody else? Why the hell you care who we got? Yeah. That possession theory that these sisters have, I mean, even after you break up. Now, I never had that issue that I can recall. No, as a matter of fact, I haven't. I've never had that issue. For every woman I ever broke up with, I've never had that issue. But I've never been divorced either, so. But honestly, I don't think I would have that problem if I was, God forbid. But I don't think I would have that issue. I seriously don't. And only I would know that. But besides me, but I know, I'm pretty sure I would not have that problem. But I know people who have, which is kind of weird, because how the hell you gonna worry about the guy being with somebody else or having women over at his house that you don't even pay for, and you got a problem with it, but yet still you got your own place, he helped you maintain your own place, and you got another guy coming over there? Really? And you worry about him? Y'all some psycho ass motherfuckers. That's all there's to it. I hate to say it. There are many. And I don't give a damn about what you think is. I'm saying all or not all, whatever. Get fucked up. Get hell with all that bullshit. A lot of y'all black women are psycho. That's a fact. Plain out psycho. And it don't matter whether you're a good Christian girl or a heathen. It don't matter. Y'all all fucked up. As far as I'm concerned. It's either one thing or another. Trust me, I know from personal experience. Ain't what I heard, ain't what somebody told me, ain't what I read in a book or saw on TV or in a movie. This is what I know. Y'all can be batshit crazy at times when y'all want to. Just because. It ain't got to do anything provoke you for anything. You just provoke yourself at the time with stuff like crazy stuff like what I just mentioned a minute ago. Yeah. I've seen it happen firsthand. And that's no joke. Y'all go psycho on the dude in a minute. Don't matter what he did. Don't matter who he is. In a minute. He don't have to be doing shit and you do it. And you wonder why guys like Tommy and other guys and myself talk about y'all like that. Because it's the damn truth. It is. Simply put. And in some cases, it don't matter if you were married to that person or are married to that person or if you even single with kids. Y'all all the same. It's in your DNA. I don't know what it is. It must be in y'all DNA. And not just because of dick and attention, but it's in y'all DNA. Somewhere along the line, y'all DNA just says you can just talk to any black man like that any way you want to, anytime you want to. You could disrespect him any way, anytime you want to. You don't care. I told you about somebody who got disrespected by a woman who led him to believe that she was single and she was married the whole damn time with kids. Because she saw the fact that he was a good guy. He was a hard-working young guy trying to do his thing. And she figured I could get something out this. And she turned out to be a whore-eyed woman. What about shit? What about shit? Yeah. Tell you, y'all something else, man. Y'all really the kind of people that like to have y'all cake and eat it too. In other words, you want to play coy about, I'm not that kind of girl, but at the same time, you're that kind of girl. You know, y'all highly influenced by other women all day long, and not it's to a point now where I don't even think y'all are just influenced by just black women. Y'all influenced by all women, white women too. That's how that feminist movement got started and built steam because of y'all. Y'all were the ones about helping them out with that shit. Y'all didn't help out too much with some things y'all didn't help out with, but y'all was about the women's lib movement. Oh, y'all was big on that. Didn't try to help brothers stay afloat that much, but when it comes to the women's movement, y'all was on point. On point. Big time. Big time on point, too. I might add. Sure as hell was. All day long. Yeah. That's what I don't be understanding, though. I really don't. Y'all something else. Y'all just like to get away with stuff all the time. Get a guy, good guy, get you pregnant. All of a sudden you're getting that child support from him. Then you get another guy, do the same thing all over again. You know? And like Chris Brown said, y'all ain't loyal, man. A lot of y'all ain't loyal. I mean, and I'm not calling you out your name. I'm just saying a lot of y'all women aren't loyal to the guys y'all with. Definitely not. I don't expect you to be totally subservient. You know? And I don't think a lot of guys, especially in this day and age, expect you to be totally subservient. You know? But they do expect, if you want to be committed, to going all the way with them. You know? A lot of y'all ain't like that. You want a wig towel on a guy, and then you wonder why guys MGTOW y'all all the time. And you know what? I don't blame them. Then you wonder why I can't find a good man. What good man want to deal with that bullshit anymore? Really? What good man want to deal with your crap? With your silly shit? What good man want to do with that? Have anything to do with that bullshit for real? What good man wants to be bothered with you trying to run a game on it? Especially ones that know game and they recognize it. Because y'all do that shit a lot. Y'all play games with guys all the time. You know? Y'all come up with these stories. Y'all the best actors when it comes to that. That's real talk. Y'all the best actors when it comes to trying to run game on guys. And sometimes y'all pretty successful on it. A lot of times y'all pretty successful on it. I have to give you credit for that. But, you know, it's something that, you know, that's in y'all DNA. Y'all was taught from generations on down. And y'all keep doing the same shit. And then when you wonder why years later you got sons getting locked up, shot up. And I ain't talking about innocent. I'm talking about guys who y'all know are perpetrators. Okay? I just read something from a local news site in my hometown, Cleveland, about now their career criminals are now as young as 18. 18. They got a rap sheet, Longsharm, at the age of 18. Yeah. It says sometimes 4 and 5 up to 14, 20 different offenses. What does that tell you? We got a whole lot of problems, and half those problems started by some of y'all. Because you wanted to mingle and stay single and didn't bother to make the right choices when you laid down with with them guys. That's what it was all about. Y'all went for the shallow thing, and you don't go by what they call it. You don't go by substance. You go by what's on the outside, but you don't go by what the substance on the inside is, because you don't care. Y'all the best guys when it comes to that. Seriously, you know, y'all talk that talk. Y'all walk the walk any more than anybody else do. Y'all just seem to get away with it a little bit more. That's all, and that's a fact. But I know you're gonna say, yeah, but nope. Y'all get away with it more, a lot more. Y'all perpetrate more, a lot more. Y'all lie more, a lot more. And other people, even men, I found, even guys in a lot of cases will even co-sign with you more. And women too, definitely women. You know, you could be as wrong as all get out. They will co-sign. I've had it happen. And it's just like ridiculous. Co-sign on against me. I said, what? And I was right all day about the situation. And they were like, well, they're just a kid. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by that. There was a situation where I brought a couple of nieces over, you know, with my family. I wanted to go out and to one of the amusement parks. So we stayed at a resort that I had. I had a timeshare at the resort, local resort out this way. So we stayed out there Friday. Went to go pick them up. We had to go see by emergency at my neighbor's house first, and then we ended up getting out there late. We got, I think, by maybe about 12 midnight, something like that. Anyway, so picked them up, went through all that trouble. Next day, you know, got them food, whatever, you know. And the older girl wanted to. She thinking that the food that we got was all for her. I said, no. We asked you what kind of food did you like. So I bought that, but I bought it with the intention of sharing it with everybody else. It wasn't like she paid for it anyway. And I bought a big variety of different foods. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Okay, you just want that, but they ain't all for you. Okay? And she got upset about it. We got to, you know, we found she was trying to make tattoos with a magic marker on her arm. I said, you may not want to do that because of, you know, might have some permanent stains on your arm. She went off about that. Oh, it's my arm, I do what I want to do. Okay. So, of course, I loaned her money. And I don't know. It's just the money, that was another whole story. She just kept trying to get money out of me for buying junk. And got mad about that. Yeah. So, somewhere we got in an argument on the car all the way back to her, dropping her off at her mom's house. And, you know, I just went off. And it's like, you know what? I don't care who you tell. I'm gonna tell my dad. I'm gonna tell my mom. I don't give a damn who you tell. You tell her right now. I'm in the car. I have to talk to her because I got fed up. I said, you know, I spent all this money on your ass over the weekend. You and your siblings, and you want to talk shit to me? Oh hell no! So of course my old lady tomorrow. Well, she's just a kid. Really? And I know for a fact, if it had been one of them boys getting smart with me, there's no way she would have put up with that. But it's because it was a girl, she gets a pass. I'm telling you. Never once did she ever say, look, you need to close your mouth and listen to your uncle. He is a grown man. Not one time did she ever check her. I was so upset. I had a headache for 2-3 days after that. I was just livid because I'm like, you know what? This is the problem. Black women have always gotten a pass when it comes to certain things in their lives. They've always done it. They've always done it. And continue to do so. Get passes for no matter what. It was a woman out here, out southern Maryland, side of out this way in the DMV. She sat up in the cold with her son, baby boy. I don't think he was 3 years old. all night and then left him there to die. That actually happened. Okay? She didn't go to jail. She got a psychic evaluation. There was another woman who did go to jail after she killed her first baby. Got out. I guess they think she had some treatment. Got back into society again. Had another kid, did the same thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure did. I could tell you some stories myself. I mean, real horror stories. There was one I heard about. This one girl burned her baby to death. No charges that I know of. I don't think, matter of fact, I don't even think she went to jail. But I just heard too many story after stories like that of women. The woman recently who, they talked about her for years too, had 15 kids and told the government that they need to take care of her kids. But she laid up with some old sorry ass dude who went to jail, got out, and didn't do a damn thing for them kids. But she's with the government to take care of y'all personal things, like y'all children after the aftermath of what y'all did to create them. Really? Yeah. But I think the last time the judge threw the book at her or something. They should have threw the book at her before she had the first 5. I tell you the truth, that's another whole story. But I just don't get it. Citizens are doing it for themselves because they can get away with that shit. They don't get checked for stuff like that, man. I don't understand it. But if a guy go around having 8, 10 kids like that from different women, guess what's going to happen? He's going to pay child support. A woman do that and have 8, 10 kids by different guys, guess what she's going to get? She's going to get child support payments. She's going to get the house or apartment or whatever house and subsidized whatever. She's going to get all that. WIC, everything. She's going to get all that. And be able to go back to school on somebody else's dime. Ain't that something? Locally, too. They'll help her out everywhere, every step that they can. And they continue to do the same thing. That's why we're in this cycle that we're on right now. But people don't want to recognize that verbally because they don't want to make people feel bad. We want to uplift. You can't uplift doing that shit. That's not uplifting when you sit there and allow this kind of behavior to go on in our communities and no one gets checked on it. That's complete bullshit. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. It totally is bullshit. Did I say bullshit? It's bullshit. It is. You can't continue to allow this to go on in communities at the same time talking about we need to uplift. So in other words, if they're doing this, you got to uplift them to make them better, but you're not telling them, hey, you don't need to be doing this. You need to stop this right now. Or don't start doing it because this is what will happen to you. What they say? Consequences and repercussions. That's what you need to reflect to the future generations out here, because otherwise it's going to be the cycle of the same bullshit that's been going on for the last 50 some odd years, and nothing will be done. That's part of the problem. That's a big part of our problem. In lies that problem right there. The number one reason that we are partly responsible for our own action, because we don't learn from our own mistakes. We keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over a fucking again. All the time. All the time. We don't learn from that. We just keep on doing. And keep on doing. And keep on doing. And we don't learn. We don't learn. We don't learn at all. Damn shame. Total damn shame. We'll never get it together. As far as I can see right now. Because we're not learning. We're just repeating what we've always done. The same old stuff. Remedial thought process people. RTPP. We keep doing the same stuff. Remedial being we gotta go learn the process of trying to be what we need to be, but we don't. We're repeating itself. Which I really should say random thought process people. Not remedial. I'm sorry. Random thought process people. We randomly think of just anything and try to process it through. We don't use logic. That's basically what I was trying to say. That's what I really meant. Man. It lies the problem. And that's a problem that keeps on going all the time and no one learns. It's a damn shame. It's DJ Wolf. That's all I gotta say right now. That's all I gotta say.